Okay, thank you about reminding me. I never have an issue recording. My issue of recording is just I never remember to record anything. So if anyone ever reminds me, I will always do that. Okay. All right, let's continue on here. All right, any other unique features? Like I said, most of the time it's going to be left blank. There's nothing obviously weird about my bite mark other than the one tooth that we've identified is a little bit out of line, right? So my parents wasted their money on their braces that they bought me when I was a kid. Um, so we're going to leave that blank. Let's go back to our last the first two columns, which we skipped, the width and the length of the teeth. All right. So let me, oops, what do I do here? Let's go top width, right? Here's the picture for the top width. I have put a ruler into our picture. Uh-oh, where'd the picture go? Trying to make it big and it lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay, right? Now, first of all, like I said, if you can imagine, the width changes depending on where in the bite, how deep the bite mark is, right? So my bite mark is back to my first molars, so it's back here. But if I only bit into the cup up here, for the first, 6 teeth, the front 6 teeth, the width would be a lot smaller. So we have to identify not only we're going to measure how wide it is, but we have to identify where we're making the measurement. So first, how wide is it? Let's look at the ruler. That should be simple, right? We're going to do millimeters. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40. What do we think? We think that's 45. That looks like about 45 millimeters, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then we figure out what teeth are these. So I always like to count from the front. So this is number 8, number 7, number 6, number 5, number 4. This is number 3. So tooth number 3 and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it was 45 millimeters between number 3 and 13. Okay. And when we do length, it's always going to be the same thing because you see how in the bite mark I drew that like T in there. It's upside down T in this picture, right? So I can measure I draw across the back of the bite mark to measure the width, and then from the incisors down to that line that I measure the width. So we measured between 3 and 13. That's gonna be the same thing for the length. So we just need to look at, where's my, oh, that's not what I want to do. Get rid of that. Go to the length picture. There it is. And measure the length. Now notice in my picture, I didn't realize it, or else I would have taken another picture. But looking at it, I didn't line up the 0 at the front, at the top of the paint, or at the top of the line. Right? So it measures down to 10, 20, 30. It measures down to like 36, but I didn't start at 0. So I screwed up my picture, which I didn't notice until today when we're going over it with you. So it's 36 minus, what's that, minus 2 millimeters? So only 34 millimeters. All right, I'm going to try not to do that. But clearly on the very first example, I screwed up. So I'm going to say it's 34 millimeters between, right? And again, it's always going to be this between the same numbers, number 3 and 13. That's weird. My anal retentive OCD is kicking in. I'm wondering why this took 3 lines to type and that only took 2 lines to type when it's essentially the same thing. Not important. Just like I said, my OCD, my craziness is kicking in a little bit. All right, guys. So we're going to do the bottom and then we'll wrap it up here. All right, we'll do the bottom. We got about 15 minutes. I appreciate your patience. I know this is kind of slow and dull, but we need to kind of go through this together before I let you guys do it. So let's go through the bottom. All right, here's our picture of my bottom teeth. Right. All righty. You can see my bottom teeth, my front 2 incisors don't line up. Right. They're kind of, that's a little towards the front and that's a little towards the back. They don't line up. But let's count our teeth, right? I'm going to start here, number of teeth in the bite mark. Let's count in the bite mark. There's 1. I always, like I said, I always like to work my way from the incisors back. So on the left side, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 are together. That's 5. There's 4 things. That's a molar. That's 6. And then there's another one in there. There's 7. So there's 7 teeth on the left side. And usually that means there's going to be 7 teeth on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 4 together, 6. Those together is 7. So 7 and 7 is 14. On the bottom, there are 14 teeth in the bite mark. That's weird. I don't know what happened to the cups when I slid it in, that the top didn't go in as deep as the bottom when I made the bite mark. But that, whatever, it is what it is. Okay. Any teeth missing, right? Normally in an adult's mouth, there are 16 teeth on the top and 16 on the bottom. So the only ones that are missing are my wisdom teeth. So I'm not even going to write the numbers. I'm just going to write the wisdom teeth. Wisdom teeth are not in my bite mark. Okay, they're the very back teeth. Okay, here we go. A little bit longer. Incisors, are they sharp or dull? Again, we look at this. Those marks right up front, they're pretty sharp in there. There's not like spread out and stuff. It's a judgment call. Like I said, for this one, I'm going to say that they are sharp. And any crooked or misaligned teeth, to me, it looks like the front 2 incisors are misaligned, or are not in there. They're misaligned, right? They're not next to each other. The rest, I don't see anything really crooked, but they are misaligned, right? They don't just kind of line up in the curve. So the incisors on the bottom, right? Remember, we go breaking 32, dividing 32 into 4 quarters is 8. So 1 to 8 is the right top. So that means 9 to 16 is the right bottom, or the right is the left top, going around, counting around. So that means 17 to 24 is the left bottom, and then 25 to 32 is the right bottom. So this has to be tooth 24 and 25. So 24, 25, misaligned, aligned. Am I spelling this right? Doesn't matter. 24 is in front, is out. 25 in. All right, they're misaligned. 24 is more out, 25 is the more in. All right, there's 24, there's 25. Okay, anything other unique, we're going to skip that. That's nothing. So let's go back to our last two measurements, and then I'll stop talking at you. Okay, the width and the length. Here we go, bottom length. Uh-oh. Why does it say length? That's supposed to be, oh, okay. This thing was in the way. I was afraid I screwed up. All right, let's go look at the bottom width picture. See if I can make it even a little bit bigger than that. All right, there's our bottom width picture. All right, this one I did get the ruler good. 0 over to, what's that, 10, 20, 30, 40. What's that look like? 45 millimeters for the width. And where is it happening? Okay, what teeth is it happening at? Oh, this you can really see how, this picture you can really see my misaligned incisors. Here. Oh, I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. Losing my concentration. Here we go. What do we say? 45 millimeters across. And this was number, right? This is the right side. For some, why did it, I must have flipped the picture over so we could get that in there. That's 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. So tooth number 18 to 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So this is between numbers, what do you say, 45 millimeters between numbers 18 and 31. And finally, the length, last thing. There's my length picture. Make it a little bigger so we can see it better. There it is, right? And it's always, again, like I said, because we always, the way I drew that T in there, it's always going to be between the same one. So we know it's going to be between 18 and 31. So we just measure how far down. 10, 20, 30, 40. What do we think that is? 41, 42? Kind of a little hard to see, I guess. But I would say that that's probably 40. What do we think? 41? Maybe 42? It's not going to matter that much. 42 millimeters between number 18 and 31. Again. Did it again. That's weird. I don't know. Okay. So that took longer than I expected. We didn't get to do the other ones, right? Class is going to end in about 6 minutes. When we look at the next one, we'll do this one tomorrow together. I picked this one. This is a kid from last year's class, but you can see right here, he's missing a tooth, right? There's an incisor right there that's missing. That's why I picked him to do. I thought that was a good one as an example to do. He's got some other, odd things going on with his mouth, right? So for us to look at. But there's the tooth missing. And then when we look at his bottom teeth, you can see his incisors are clearly not right. They start to kind of go in. So there's some screw things. So I thought that was a good example. This is not one of anybody's this year. This is a kid from last year. All right, guys. I appreciate your patience. I really do. I know that was slow and long and boring, and listen to me talk at you. And it's going to be tomorrow also. I apologize again. But hopefully next week you guys will say, yes, we can do this on our own, and I can, and you can just, I'll let you go. All right.